say to all the people of all the nations torn by ancient feuds and violence and starvation that there is another way. For you are the peacemakers, competitive but not envious, determined but not angry, teachers of the profound truth that we can try to do our best without calling on what is worst in the human character. Each time you run and jump and lift, you will say to others everywhere, come to our world where we are free to choose our friends, free to choose our sports. Come to our world where we speak from our souls as we demand equality from our legislators and our educators, for we are the peacemakers. Come to our world where we compete as friends, not enemies. Finally, to the athletes, I say to you that within these walls there is light, your light, and we see for an instant what life on this earth might be. That we could help each other, that we could have victories without victims, that there could be peace.
We would like to thank the Special Olympics partners and friends for their continued support. As a parent of a Special Olympics athlete, we know firsthand the positive impact that Special Olympics has had on Paige's life and that of our families.
And as coaches, we're very grateful for the opportunities we've been afforded. We're inspired every day by the dedicated coaches and volunteers, but most importantly, we're inspired by the commitment, the dedication, the heart and soul of our athletes.
I've been involved in Special Olympics for 15 years. Speed skating and golf are a few of the 8 sports I participate in. Being involved has improved my health, given me self-confidence, and it's a place where I feel I belong. The best part, it has given me a global circle of friends. Your support makes a difference in the life of an athlete, so thank you. Stay safe, stay active,
and
stay
connected.
connected.
Hi, I'm Rick Mercer. I am so thrilled to be part of this broadcast. I support the Special Olympics for a whole host of reasons, but first and foremost, I believe they're the most inclusive organization I've ever seen. All athletes, regardless of ability, are accepted and welcomed with open arms and granted dignity and respect. And really, can any of us think of any organization that has put so many smiles on so many faces? The Special Olympics, they're not just special. They should be called the super special, turbocharged, awesome Olympics times 10. Although that mightn't fit on a shirt. It is now my pleasure to welcome our host, a champion in his own right, Rod Black.
Hello, Rick Mercer, a champion. I'm a big fan of Rick Mercer. I'm so happy to be with everyone today. I am Rod Black, longtime supporter of Special Olympics Canada, broadcaster at TSN, and welcome everybody from coast to coast to coast to the first ever Special Olympics Canada virtual partners and friends event, or as Rick Mercer would call it, the super special turbocharged awesome Olympics times 10 virtual partners and friends event. Bonjour tout le monde, mes amis. For all of you who would like to hear the audio in French, I tell you to look down there. There is a button for interpretation and just press French. Merci beaucoup. Well, it's been a long time since a lot of us have been together. In fact, for me, the last time I saw many of the Special Olympians and supporters was at the gala last November, where we all gave ourselves a hug, and we kind of miss hugs right now. We'll have a little group hug a little bit later. But there are a lot of things we all miss, obviously, over the last 3 months. It's an unusual time. I don't know about you. I miss my friends. I miss going out. I miss my barber. Need a haircut. I really miss sports, as many of you do, and I really, really, really miss the Special Olympics because it is special. And we've got a great show for you today. We're going to inspire you to all of our national supporters, our partners, our friends, the Special Olympians, the parents, the coaches, everybody out there who's watching. It's going to be a terrific 30 minutes or so. You will be inspired today. For me, I've had so many friendships at Special Olympics. I think about Tess Trojan, the greatest golfer I know, Jackie Barrett, the greatest powerlifter I know, my friends Troy and Arthur and Ryan and Sebastian Hamel, who came into our broadcast booth and actually broadcast an Alouettes game. So Sebastian, bonjour to you, and my friends, the Etheringtons, and Glenn McDonnell, and everybody. One thing about being part of Special Olympics, you are all family. So thank you for being here today. Congratulations on making it this far through our isolation. We'll get through it together. To start us off, to kick us off, please welcome the CEO of Special Olympics Canada, my friend, Sharon Bolenbach.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Rod. Really appreciate you hosting this afternoon. And a big hello to everyone. Thank you for joining us from across the country on this virtual edition of our annual Partners and Friends event. We really appreciate it, and we're excited to have some time with you this afternoon to sort of share what we've been doing and to share with you how important your support means to our organization and how much it's impacting the lives of our athletes across the country. You know, since this global pandemic has hit, we, along with everyone else, have had to adapt and respond quickly to a new way of working. And for us, our priority has been on our athletes. We know that our athletes are feeling pretty isolated right now, and having them connected and feeling supported and safe has been our #1 priority. All of our programs, our activities, our competitions, our fundraising events have all been suspended since mid-March. So our focus has been on delivering virtual programming that allows our athletes to stay connected and be connected with their peers, with their coach mentors, and to feel part of that Special Olympics community, to feel that social connectedness that their usual sort of community program would bring them. And so we're offering fitness and nutrition and mindfulness and social connections and challenges and walking across the world and all kinds of things to keep athletes feeling supported, to keep them feeling safe, and also to make sure that they have lots of tips and tools to stay active and healthy throughout the pandemic. And you know, it's these grassroots programs that are the core of what we do. They always have been, and they always will be. And so whether we're delivering them virtually or whether we're delivering them in person with social distancing when safety allows us to do so, these grassroots programs are the heart and soul of Special Olympics. They are the foundation of what we do. They are the vehicle by which we can deliver programming to all 49,600 athletes registered across the country, and how we engage over 22,000 amazing volunteers. These grassroots programs are the heart of our movement and will continue to be. And so we're looking forward to when we can get back and be delivering them, no matter how they may look, in person. And we're thankful for everyone's support along the way and everyone's encouragement and innovation in creating these tools and resources that help us keep our programming alive and well and delivered to our athletes in whatever format is suitable and safe to do so. I want to say a huge thank you to our chapters, staff, and volunteers. I want to say a special thank you to our national partners and our donors. We are humbled by your continued generosity. Thank you for standing by us. Thank you for continuing to stand by us through this. We're excited about what the future holds and excited to continue to engage our athletes in new and different ways. Thanks so much to everyone. Appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful and safe summer. Thanks, everybody.
Ever since I was 6 years old, I played soccer for the daycare in New Minas. I realized I was the weakest link. So yeah, anyways.
there's this kind of idea of like the upper and lower class between the generic students and ID students, and it's you don't really see them much outside of like the resource center.
When I first started here, I didn't know nobody. Like everybody was like, who are you? What do you want? Kind of thing.
They don't get a chance to be on a team with not even just amongst themselves, but just like being a part of generic students. It kind of makes them feel more inclusive. Is that the word? Inclusive. Yeah, sorry. Makes them feel more inclusive. We contacted Matt and put the plan together.
My role's been introducing or exposing them to an opportunity, and that opportunity is Play Unified. It's a program that is sport-based, and it kind of forces the issue of putting athletes with and without intellectual disabilities on the same teams.
I was a little taken aback by it. I didn't know who was going to like it and who wasn't, but after the first week, everyone was asking, like, when's the next practice, when's our first game, and they were all really excited to get started.
Once we got going, everybody's personality just jumped right out, and like we all became friends really fast. One of our practices, parents came and they said that they've never seen their kid go into a group and give a high five or cheer or whatever, and like they've always been so independent.
When you add intellectual disabilities to that number of people that are inactive, we see a little bit of a gap for that age group, which is high school students. So instead of pulling them out of their safe haven, which is high school, we decided to bring a program that we were somewhat aware of and see if it could work.
Our first scrimmage was a little bit one player running the floor, but we took a break and we said like no one can move with the ball, you have to pass and move the floor, and that kind of brought like the flow to the game. And now we've introduced dribbling again because the skill development has brought us there.
Once everybody's in the gym, we do warm up. So one of our favorites is in the middle. We pass the ball, call each other's names just to make everybody familiar with each other, kind of like an icebreaker, I guess. Then we do like dribbling up and down the court, just work on skills until everybody's ready to scrimmage, and then we bring out the music and we have a lot of fun.
I do not know where I would be today without Jake and Emily and Matt, who actually brought this activity back in my life.
You guys should be very proud of the steps you guys have made in making this possible. So I know that you guys have been practicing hard and you know, practice is practice. What truly makes you feel a part of a team is when you look the same and when you're in the same uniform. So on behalf of Special Olympics Nova Scotia, the Government of Canada and the Canadian Progress Club present you guys with your uniforms. Like your uniforms? Pretty cool, eh?
They're awesome.
That is sure.
Hello. First of all, I'm sorry for my English. You know, it's an honor for me to be able to greet you today. I have been involved with the Special Olympics for over 20 years. And it has been more important to me for 16 years with the birth of my daughter Oceane and its Down syndrome. I have always wanted to make a difference in the lives of its athletes and contribute to the development of social inclusion. People with a different intelligence cannot take a big step in their life and enjoy a great moments. Like music, sport et loss, to come together, understand each other, and vibrate together. I want to congratulate all the athletes for trusting and supporting themselves. Let's not forget that you athletes are all heroes. I would like to thank the entire police community for their social engagement. Thank you very much for your attention.
Merci beaucoup, Pascal. Thank you. Your English is fine, by the way, and thank you to all the great officers out there who have been involved in the law enforcement torch run through the years has raised so much money and awareness through this Special Olympics movement, and they have done a fabulous job. So thank you to the officers, also to Sharon and her crew at Special Olympics Canada. The work you do day to day, particularly during this unusual time, has been so commendable. Thank you for what you're doing, and the words inclusion and commitment are so strong. They have resonated since Dr. Frank Hayden, who I'm sure is watching, was also involved in, spearheading, the first Special Olympics movement way back when. Special Olympics is special, there's no doubt, especially for the athletes and the parents. And we're so happy and pleased to be joined by a dynamic duo, mom and son, Allison, Allie, and her son, a Special Olympic athlete, Maddie, who I've only had a chance to meet virtually. There they are, but I can't wait to meet them in person. Hi, Allie. Hi, Maddie.
Hi, Ron.
How are you doing?
We're great. It's good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to be. Now, full disclosure, Maddie is a huge Kyle Lowry fan, correct, Maddie?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I am too, by the way, and so is most of Canada. But first, Allie, let's talk to you a little bit about Special Olympics and the programs that Maddie is involved with, and how you got involved, why you got involved, and how special it is.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Always happy to talk about Special Olympics. Maddie's been involved with Active Start and Fundamentals, which is a program for kids under 12. It's all about having fun and staying active and really breaking down different sports into their elements. And so when you think about baseball, for example, you think about throwing skills and catching skills and running bases. And so we do that together every week. And I originally got involved with Special Olympics before I had Maddie, actually. I work for a company who's done a lot of work with Special Olympics. And so when he was born and mobile and getting ready to run around, I found a program and got him involved. But most times I think people hear about it through word of mouth, through parents like me who are enthusiastic about it and want to join a program, want to get their kids involved. And of course, social media and Special Olympics outreach.
So tell me what a typical night is like at Fundamentals in the program. What does it look like?
Well, it starts at 7 and there's usually great excitement. Everybody seems to make a grand entrance. Everybody's always so happy to see each other. And then we settle in and our coaches lead the kids in doing, question, usually around health, sometimes something fun, sports related. And then we do a warm up. And then we have activities that are based around a theme. So maybe it's basketball that night. And then we do a cool down, always taking care of our bodies. And we always end with a big dance party.
Oh, I like that, dance party. Maddie, you like the dance party?
Yes.
Yeah. What changes have you noticed, Allie, in Maddie since joining Special Olympics?
I think, first and foremost, skill development. I think for Maddie, playing sports is, in his world, it's really important. His big brother plays sports, his friends play sports. So building that skill is super important. But also what comes with that is a sense of confidence and being able to approach a group of kids, maybe his peers at school, and having the confidence and the skills to be able to do that. So that's been huge.
Maddie,
yeah.
What do you love about Special Olympics? What's your favorite activity?
Basketball.
Basketball. Maybe one of these days you get a chance to meet Kyle Lowry. How about that? What do you miss right now? What do you miss most about Special Olympics?
Friends.
Your friends. Do you get to connect with them anyway?
Nope.
No?
Well, we did. Yeah, we did. So one of the things that Special Olympics did really quickly, actually, pivoted to an online program. So our groups met on Tuesday nights. And so it was a little different. And the programming looked a little bit different, but we did that. And Special Olympics has been providing, as Sharon said, a lot of online resources and meetups, tips on staying healthy and active during this time. And so all the athletes across Canada have been enjoying getting those.
And I guess you get to play with your brother Nico a little bit though, right, Maddie?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. Any fears, Allie, for Maddie right now during this time, unusual time that we have?
I think, I think every parent in general worries about, you know, their kid being happy and healthy and living a fulfilled life. And I think when your kid has an intellectual disability, there's another layer, if you will, about how the world is going to accept him and bring him in. And during these times of isolation, that worry becomes bigger because there aren't as many opportunities to connect and be with friends and peers.
Yeah. What has Special Olympics meant to you and your family?
It's been a big deal, because I think you said it best when we talk about a community, and when I sort of joke about everybody being excited every Tuesday night when people come in. That's a really good feeling. And being amongst people who celebrate my kid and get my kid and love my family and want to, you know, when we see unified sports, I mean, Maddie, that could be, and that's an expectation that he has because of Special Olympics, hopes and dreams and all those things. And so I couldn't be more grateful.
Yeah, great motto. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. Hey, Maddie, one of these days I'll get a chance to actually see you in person when all this is over. And I want to promise you that you and your family can come down to a Raptor game, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm going to introduce you to Kyle Lowry. Is that cool?
Yes.
Because he would love to meet you. And I got something else for you here. It's not nothing big, but here, that's for you. I got a TSN cap, okay? You can wear that with pride. You good with that?
Yes.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
listen, thank you so much. Get outside and still be active with your brother and your family, and can't wait to watch you compete. I want to come to one of your basketball games, okay?
Okay.
Cool? All
Cool.
right. Thank you. Thanks to Maddie and Allison. That's what it's about, Special Olympics. Speaking of TSN, TSN has been such a longtime partner with Special Olympics, has done so much through the years. From the great people who began this so long ago, Jim Thompson, who passed it on to so many people, and it just keeps going and going. I want to introduce you now to the president of media sales, marketing, and TSN. Say good things about him. He's my boss. I love him. But more importantly, he is the chairman of the board of Special Olympics Canada. My friend, my boss, Stuart Johnston.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you, Rod, for being such an incredible host as always. And a special thanks to our amazing guests who've appeared here live with you today, as well as in the videos. You know, anytime we have an opportunity to get Special Olympics athletes, families, and friends together, it's always so inspiring. But there was something that happened recently that took it a step above inspiring. It was just plain cool. In fact, it demonstrated yet again that the power of inclusion in sport can be limitless. Jackie Barrett, Special Olympics athlete from Newfoundland and Labrador, was recently announced to be inducted into the 2020-2021 Canada Sports Hall of Fame. How amazing. Congratulations, Jackie. What a tremendous achievement, and what a big win for the power of inclusion in sport in Canada. And you know, it probably marks a milestone for Special Olympics Canada in our history as we continue to break down barriers and misperceptions of people with intellectual disabilities. So what does the way forward look like? Sharon, her team, the chapters, volunteers, athletes, they've adapted so incredibly well to this new present. But as we look forward, we're making sure that we divide our attention into short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. And all of these, of course, must be framed within the economic realities we face and the financial stability of our chapters, upon which our athletes depend so much for those grassroots programs. In this ever-changing landscape we find ourselves in, Special Olympics Canada has to continue to be nimble and adaptable to meet the challenges that we're facing. And leadership teams across the country continue to have great dialogue as they discuss meeting the needs and expectations, and of course the safety of our athletes as we think about returning to play. We've got to keep our momentum moving forward as we look to reach new and diverse communities with our mission of inclusion. As restrictions lift, we will return to play, and likely it's going to look quite a bit different than it used to. One thing won't change, however, and that is the critical importance of the continued support, innovation, engagement, and collaboration with you, our incredibly valued partners. We can't wait to get the athletes back on the field. Thank you all for your time today and for your unwavering commitment to Special Olympics. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart, for those great words. You're right. We will have a return to play. And when we do, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be super special, turbocharged, times 10 awesome, as Rick Mercer would say. But thank you to the supporters, the partners, the donors, everyone who's been watching today, everyone who is part of this very special Olympics family. And in a time like we have right now, it's so great that so many people are standing up for inclusion. That's what it's all about. I told you earlier, last time we were all together at the gala, kind of had everybody give a hug. Now, I really miss hugs right now too. Special Olympics is all about hugging, and we will hug someday. But we can do virtual hugs. So why doesn't everybody, before we go, just here, give me, here, right there. Give yourself a little, there you go. That doesn't have, it's a virtual hug. Virtual hug. I hope you felt it. I felt it from you. We'll see you soon. Thanks everybody for this very special broadcast. Stay safe, stay active, stay together, and stay connected.